Hello, I am Garen Colvin, class of 1986, and the President and CEO of St. Elizabeth Healthcare. The prestigious Bishop Hughes Award in honor of Bishop William A. Hughes was established in 1996, the diamond anniversary of Thomas More University, to honor those who have made a significant contribution to Catholic higher education. I am incredibly honored to introduce this year's recipient of the Bishop Hughes Award, Bob Hoffer, a man whose life embodies the virtues of humility, faith, and community service. I first met Bob in his capacity as a lawyer at DBL Law, where he has provided expert legal services to St. Elizabeth for his entire career. In more recent years, Bob has selflessly served as the chair of the St. Elizabeth Foundation, raising millions and millions of dollars for the healthcare needs of our community. Throughout all that time, Bob has been my dear friend and one of the finest men I have ever known. He is not just a philanthropist, but a beacon of hope and an inspiration for all who have had the privilege to know him. Despite his numerous achievements and contributions, he remains remarkably humble. He does not seek recognition or praise for his acts of kindness. He quietly goes about his work, seeking only to make a positive difference in the lives of others. He embodies the true essence of humility, always putting the needs of others before his own and never seeking to elevate himself above those around him. Bob's humility is deeply rooted in his faith. A devout believer, he draws strength and guidance from his religious convictions. His faith is not just a set of beliefs, but a way of life that shapes his actions and forms his decisions. He lives accordingly to the principles of compassion, generosity, and service that are central to his Catholic tradition. His faith is not something he wears on his sleeves. It permeates every aspect of his being, guiding him in all that he does. Bob is a true philanthropist in every sense of the word, dedicating his time, resources, and talents to improving the lives of those around him. Whether it is volunteering at church festivals, raising millions of dollars for community health care, organizing fundraisers for charitable causes, or simply lending a helping hand to those in need, he is always at the forefront of efforts to make our community a better place. What truly sets Bob apart is not the magnitude of his contributions, but the manner in which he gives them. He gives not out of obligation or expectation of reward, but out of genuine love and compassion for his fellow human beings. He gives without judgment or reservation, welcoming all with open arms and an open heart. His generosity knows no bounds, and his kindness touches the lives of countless individuals each and every day. Bob stands as a shining example of selflessness and compassion. He reminds us that true happiness and fulfillment are found in the service of others. He challenges us to look beyond ourselves and to reach out to those in need, to be a source of light and hope in the world. Bob Hoffer is a living testament to the power of humility, faith, and community service. Bob's positive impact on our Northern Kentucky community has been massive and undeniable. May we all strive to follow in his footsteps and to live lives of purpose, compassion, and service to others. Please join me in congratulating Bob on receiving the Bishop William A. Hughes Award.
One of the things that my parents instilled is that there's an opportunity every day for us to make a difference in someone's life. And many days I'll miss it. But the great news is that I'll have another opportunity tomorrow. I think that there are so many people that don't have the blessings in terms of being able to do things for their family, in terms of education, in terms of safety, in terms of hunger. So we encourage all the people here at DBL, and everyone does it. It's not just one person. As a team, the whole DBL family really acts in concert to find opportunities every day to make someone's life better, whether it be through a nonprofit Welcome House or Diocesan Catholic Children's Home or St. East Foundation or Cancer Free Kids. every one of those opportunities is looking to make someone's life better going forward. It's incumbent upon all of us to really reflect, are we going to give those children and those families the opportunity that we had? So I think it's important for all of us to look for those opportunities. I think here at DBL, AQ is a huge part of one of the nonprofits that we support, trying to allow children in the inner cities and their families to really be engaged in Catholic education. We do the same thing in Cincinnati and look for opportunities in Louisville as well. Every community that the DBL is involved in, we look for opportunities to really allow children a future of hope. I think if we all recognize that every day we have an obligation to try to find someone to make a difference in their life, it'd be a better place. This whole award in particular is very significant for me, because nothing we do in life is done without a great team who works collectively together to achieve that common mission. We at DBL have been involved with Thomas More for over 40 years. My law partner is now deceased, Jack Lavelle, started that process, and Jim Dressman as well, and Mark Guilfoyle and Nick Birkenhauer. Just so many, ways that DBL is intertwined with Thomas More. This award is particularly special for me because it's in honor of Bishop Hughes. Just a wonderful man, very much of a quiet leader who was there for everyone in good times and in bad. I think that to have the award in his honor, particularly with his relationship with my uncle, Father Hoffer. I remember when my uncle had cancer, Bishop Hughes didn't have time, but he visited him every day in the hospital. I think that's the kind of person that he was, very, very fatherly, his arms were always open. And for me, this is the just an ultimate award to really kind of bind together Thomas More, my mom, my uncle, and Bishop Hughes. So I'm extremely honored by this, very grateful to Thomas More for this nomination, and it's something I'll treasure.
The Dr. Raymond G. Hebert Award was established in 2023 to recognize individuals who have made substantial commitments within the Thomas More University community. And this year's recipient of the Dr. Raymond G. Hebert Award is the late Jim Connor. Coach Connor taught me humility. I had known Coach Connor since I was young and knew how successful that he was as a coach, and the athletes that he coached that went on to professional ranks, and those that were successful in the business world. Not once did I ever hear him take credit for the success of those individuals. Also, the one phrase I distinctly remember was, "If you do not know how to take an order, you will never know how to give an order." At the time, I really didn't understand what that exactly meant until I went into teaching and coaching. I believe Coach Connor is most deserving of this prestigious award because of his dedication to the university and the many lives that he touched during his tenure at Thomas More. Not only with the athletes and their families that he coached, but the faculty and staff as well.
I think Dad would love this award. He's received many awards in different halls of fame and that kind of stuff. And they have one named after Dr. Hebert, and showing his commitment to Thomas More. Obviously, Dr. Hebert's commitment to Thomas More is incredible. And I think Dad being able to have that award, I think, is really special.
To our family, who also have the tremendous respect for Dr. Hebert, this is something that is inspiring to us, humbling to us, that we're grateful for. It's just wonderful reminder of how much Dad was respected and appreciated at Thomas More, which is, an institution that he loved, that he worked so hard about, that he was so grateful to be at. The effort that he gave to make Thomas More as good as it possibly could be. And and bottom line, he's not getting this award for number of games he won, number of games he lost. He's getting the award for what he meant to the institution, and that's really important to us as a family as well.
I think one of the things that you always hear is what a great man he was, and also that he, it wasn't just about being a coach, that he took care of you and helped you in life. They knew they could come back to him whenever anything they faced in life, they could always come back and talk to him, I think. And that's one of the things that always stuck with me, that, this is, we make our living in athletics and that, but there's so much more to it. I think people take athletics way too seriously sometimes, and there's so much more to life, and the lessons that athletics teaches can help you so much in that. And I think them being able to come back and talk to him is what really stood out. And I think most people, when they talk to me about that, talk about that with him, that how they could go to him for anything, and the life lessons they learned through him.
One of the things that he worked so hard at is that Thomas More, that would always be a place that people honor and respect, not only in the athletic realm, but in all areas. And academics were as equally important to him as the athletic realm, and that people continue to come to Thomas More, because it's that special place. Faculty are extraordinary. The athletic program, that my brother is now running is just simply extraordinary for Thomas More to be doing what they're doing. And again, that Catholic education that doesn't compromise anything.
Dad helped build a foundation. There was a foundation here with Coach Wire, and the coaches before him, and Charlie Wolf and them. So I think Dad helped build upon that foundation and make the athletic department stronger. And then the layout of campus, this big beautiful building we're sitting in with the Connor Convocation Center. When that was named after him, and for the hard work he put in and what he did, it was just an unbelievable experience. I get to come to work in that building every day, so that's pretty awesome. There, to see that plaque every day hanging out in the lobby of the Connor Center, and being able to see that, being able to be here every day and be a part of that, I think is really special. And then to help build upon his legacy of what he did, to me is just tremendous. It's very exciting, and it's extremely rewarding.
Favorite memory was always the respect that he was shown. Whenever we went anywhere, he was Coach Connor, and that was pretty neat. That was pretty special. That neatness when you went to go scout a game and it was Coach Connor, when everyone's like, "That's my dad."
So the bingo was, they started that over in the cafeteria, and had the bingo over there, and there was a lot of great people that helped out with that. Parents who really worked and got that going, and then they started saving up that money, and I don't think the bingo money alone built this beautiful place, but I'm sure there's a lot more involved in it. But so and then eventually that moved over here in the gym, and we held bingo in here. So and teams would work it. The teams would work bingo on a Friday night, and coaches would work it, and so that was always a lot of fun. And those boosters with Dad, they started that legacy and helped to take this dream and make it a reality, which is a pretty incredible place.
Thank you for the award, for again Dr. Hebert and his family, and it's just great to continue to have that active connection to Thomas More. We all get back. I just remember that, every every great-grandchild now that's born goes back and gets their picture taken in front of the plaque, and they all call him Grandpa Coach. So the connection is still very strong, and apparently emotional.
The St. Thomas More Medallion is the highest honor given by Thomas More University, bestowed upon individuals who have demonstrated the behaviors that the university's Catholic mission calls for, including and especially responsibility to others. Honorees have demonstrated significant support for Thomas More University, achieved outstanding success in their profession, and modeled dedicated service to their community. It is my honor to present the St. Thomas More Medallion to Mr. Bob Sathey. For over 30 years, Bob has been a dedicated advocate of Thomas More. He has served as a Board of Trustee member and Chair, William T. Robinson III Institute for Religious Liberty Executive Committee member, and as a committee member of the Second Century Campaign, the most successful comprehensive capital campaign in university history. Bob has also been instrumental in university growth through the development of programming such as a scholarship golf outing and raising funds in support of the Institute of Religious Liberty. Grateful for his time and commitment, Thomas More University honored Bob with an honorary doctorate in 1992 and as the first recipient Bishop Hughes Award in 1996. Bob has exuded what it means to build a better world by living out the value of our responsibility to others through the actions he takes in Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati region. His commitment to the betterment of education and university opportunities serves as an example for current students, motivating them to live out the Catholic mission. I'm grateful for the role model he has been to current students, and as student government president, I appreciate the example Bob sets for the importance of getting engaged and giving back to my community. Congratulations, Bob.
In 1983, I negotiated a lease with Bill Butler to move my office from Cincinnati to Northern Kentucky. And in the process, Bill and I became friends. One day he called me and said, I would like you to work on a project with me for a university that I serve on the board of. At the time it was a college, but of course we know it's a university. And he wanted me to come over and help get involved in looking at maybe coming up with a different mission statement for the business school. So Dr. Rudy Morrow was the business dean at the time, and I worked with George Shepper and with John Cronin, who are two incredibly fine people. And my father always told me, he said, hang around good people because they'll make you better. Those are two great examples of people that make you better. I enjoyed working with them. And then along the way, as I got engaged with more people at Thomas More, I found out what incredibly gifted and committed and dedicated people we had at Thomas More. So it was the people that drew me to Thomas More. And then in the process, I got asked to go on the board, which I did. And then one thing led to another, and occupied several different positions on the board. But I've always found Thomas More to be such a special place because of the people. And I think our faculty and the students and the administration are really trying to make better people, giving young people the opportunity to learn and to express themselves, but not just thinking about themselves, thinking about others. Of all the boards I've served on over the years, which have been numerous, I don't think I've ever served on a board where the entire board was as committed as the first board I served on here. They were incredible. Not just one or two or three, but everybody. And so the experience I had at Thomas More and the challenges that we had in front of us, which were numerous, and most of them were fiscally at that point, we were able to right the ship fiscally, and it was that experience that putting our shoulder to the wheel with a bunch of really good people to make things happen. In about 2020, I got a call from Dr. Chillo, and asking me, and Kevin Reynolds was a part of that as well, and asking me if I would consider being a part of a dynamic team to be co-chair with Melissa Lukey on the Capitol campaign, and the honorary chair of that was Will Ziegler. And there's no one who's contributed more to Thomas More, in my experience, than Will Ziegler. I couldn't say no to Will. And so we've had a wonderful time working together. I think we've been very productive. It's exciting times for Thomas More. What Joe is bringing to the table is really quite impressive. The leadership he's offered. Kevin Reynolds also has been very involved with this campaign, Dr. Reynolds. So I salute my partners in this endeavor, Melissa and Will. They've been really incredible. And I also salute the leadership that Joe is exhibiting in leading the institution. It's just a consistent theme here. It's about people. Our focus, my family, is all about helping other people. So we do that as an opportunity. You know, I'm just lucky that I can do it. I have some skills and maybe help some people do some things. That's, I think, why we're put on this earth. So that's why I do it. When Dr. Chillo asked me if I would accept this award, I said I need to think about it a little bit because I wasn't sure that I was worthy. There are so many talented people that are in and around Thomas More University. I felt embarrassed, sort of, that I was in front of somebody else that I think might have been as worthy, if not more worthy. But as I reflected upon it, I thought, well, if they thought that I should get it, maybe I should take it. And I would just simply say I'm humbled. Certainly wasn't anything I needed or wanted, but I am honored that Thomas More chooses to give me this recognition.